Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be installing a new Hobbywing ESC into your 1/12 scale NASCAR Grom. Now before we get started, I do want to give a shout out to XOKHRC for doing this conversion first. This is where I got my idea from, and after I saw it, I was like, why didn't I think of that? Because this is a great little ESC to be adding into a car like this. So I thought I'd go ahead, install it, show you how I did it, then we'll take it out, do another top speed run. It's probably not going to be as fast as the brushless conversion that I have in there right now, but it will be faster than the stock. So let's go ahead, let's pop open the hood and get this thing installed. First things first, let's go ahead and take out our brushless system here. All that is going to require is to take off the center drive shaft cover, then I'll show you what to do from there. I would recommend using a flathead screwdriver to go ahead and pry this center drive shaft cover off, as there are some retaining tabs on here that will make it harder to do just by hand. Also be careful, as you do have steering rack pins in the front of your vehicle right here, so don't pry off too hard or else they'll go flying. So comparing the Hobbywing system to your stock system, obviously this is going to be a 2-in-1, while this one you are going to need to run an external receiver pack for it, but that is okay. We also do have a Dean's connector on the new Hobbywing, so you probably will have to run some sort of adapter to it, unless you do want to cut off the Dean's connector and then solder on the stock connector. Now the Hobbywing quick run system here that we have, in order to change the configuration, you do need to adjust these two little set pins right here. This is going to allow you to run forward, brake, reverse, forward and brake, or just forward and reverse, and also if you're going to be running a LiPo or a nickel metal hydride battery. All these different configurations can be found in your instruction manual in the side of the box. So since I want forward, brake, and reverse, I am going to leave my first pin right here to where it is at right now. And then in order to run LiPo, I'm going to go ahead and move this pin one slot over to the left. And there we go. We're all set. Okay, now that we have our new ESC installed, let's go ahead and go outside and do another top speed run. Then we'll do some comparisons between stock and brushless. Okay, speeds to beat brushed. Stock was, I believe, 19.4, and then brushless was 34.9. So as long as we beat the brushed stock version, we should do just fine. So the one thing I will say is that this is very comparable to the stock system. You're not getting a speed demon out of this, but it will help with delivering more power. And I will say it is a little bit more snappier. Definitely will need a servo upgrade soon. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so it looks like we got 19.9 miles an hour, which seems to be about 0.5 miles an hour faster than the stock system. So you're not getting too much out of this, but I will say that it does feel a little bit more snappier. Now let's go over why you might want to have this new ESC installed into your vehicle. You know, if you're just doing it for the speed factor, it's not worth it. But What is worth it is that if you are going to be using your own transmitter and receiver for it. A lot of people that do this racing, they like to have their own, transmitters hooked up to it. I obviously have my Spectrum DX5C. So if that is something that you are looking to do, I highly would recommend going with this new ESC, as obviously you can run your own transmitter and receiver combos for whatever you like. You're not just limited to the 2-in-1 system that comes with it, and running the SLT too. So, for $20 to $25, it is worth it in that opinion. But again, if you're just going for strictly speed, I wouldn't recommend it. Yes, I did feel a little bit more of a snappiness per se when I was coming out of corners, but that might just be a placebo effect. I don't really know. But yes, overall, it's kind of up to you on what you want to do. If you have $25 laying around and you want to overnight it to yourself on Amazon, go right ahead. But if you don't, I wouldn't sweat it. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys did like it, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button down below. Everything I've done to this car, all the products will be listed in the description box down below, and I hope to see you in the next one.